backstretch of the Singapore racecourse, and that's where I am to bring you this very special episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Yes, it is the biggest weekend, the biggest race day I should say, of horse racing anywhere in the world. It is the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, and we have some of the best action from there. Let's get started right at the top. The Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe race meet is the year-end championship in Europe and the two-day meet climaxes with the €4 million Group 1 Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. With 8 Group 1 races on the Sunday of the weekend, thoroughbreds are tested across varied trips. Starting with the Prix du Cadran, the absence of a great stayer like Westerner did nothing to take away from what was a start to a great racing day.
Is running in second place. Brigantine is the pale jacket with the stripes on the cap against the rails. Up on the outside of him are dark colours for lArc, who's putting rather hard for Kieran Fallon in the early part of the contest. It's a really dour stare as one over further trips than this 4,000 metres. Behind those is last year's winner of the race, Gen 2. Just see the white cheek pieces, the red and black jacket racing one off the rails. Right next to the rails is another of the fillies, Maria Royal, in the black and yellow striped jacket, the red cap. And these are then followed through by Silver Valney, white colours, very relaxed in the early part of the contest, up on the outside of the field, head almost on the floor as they come down the home straight for the first time. And the back marker, conserving the stamina, Mikel Barcelona on Lay Hunter. This one trying the trip for the first time would be a bit of a question mark about his ability to stay it. Well, they're not going much of a gallop this afternoon so far, so he will be able to have a good turn of foot at the end, or at least that is the plan. Right-handed then, they're racing now on towards the Arc de Triomphe start as they make their way towards the far side of the track, and Andreas Suborix on the German-trained Prix du Cadran has the advantage. lArc 1 length behind, the green hoop jacket still taking quite a strong hold in second place. Celtic Celeb, the first of the pair that race in yellow and light blue colours, is about 2 lengths off the leader, running in third, and then Gen 2 jacket black sleeves is a half length further back, showing in fourth. Begin the right-handed swing. Shortly they'll begin heading downhill as they race on towards the home straight. Silver Valney has just moved through into fifth place up on the outside of Brigantine, and then Terre du Vent, she's making good progress to Stefan Pasquier at this stage in the pink jacket, black cap around the outside. Lay Hunter's moved past Caspar Bliss, who is now right at the rear of the field as they make their way on towards the false straight. And it's still lArc who leads, has about a 2-length advantage, being in front now for well over a half mile. Prix du Cadran is in second place, Gen 2 has moved into third, Celtic Celeb in fourth, Silver Valley, Brigantine, Terre du Vent are the next ones. Then comes Maria Royal, who's been losing ground towards the inside of Lay Hunter, and Caspar Bliss is still the back marker. The sprint for home, lArc is kicked on now by Fallon as they enter the home straight. Prix du Cadran in second place, Gen 2 in third, Silver Valley making progress, Terre du Vent's coming there as well. Celtic Celeb is one pace, Caspar Bliss is trying, and then Lay Hunter on the outside. Gen 2's in front at the moment. It's going to be a scramble of a finish here. Gen 2 to Prix du Cadran. Then on the outside is Caspar Bliss. Now he's in full stride. He's hit the front as they race towards the line. Caspar Bliss is going to win the Cadran. Goes off the winning. It's a bunch for second place. Prix du Cadran on the outside, who led fairly early on, might have got second position.
Caspar Bliss proved that age is no bar, and from stamina to speed, the next race was the Prelab over 5 furlongs. Prohibit, Solpar and Mar and Dentro were the early favourites.
That's it, they break away. Mazamar, who's playing up, has missed the break. Tangerine Trees is one of the best away. Captain Dunn is up there as well. WizKid and Prohibit towards the rails. Bluster's just in behind them. Mara Dentro towards the outside of runners. Requinto behind those. Mazamar, Spectacular de Mars are towards the back of the field. And Tangerine Trees in the yellow and red jacket on the outside of Captain Dunn. Pale jacket against the rails. One from the left, the black and orange as Mara Dentro travels well. Prohibits in mid-division, ridden along. Secret Asset, the grey, is just in behind the leaders as they approach the last 400 metres. Mara Dentro challenging Tangerine Trees.
Captain Dunn and Secret Acid in behind these runners. Then Requindo staying on. WizKid is behind that. Then Prohibit. Tangerine Trees. Amaro Dentro still in front. The yellow and red is Tangerine Trees. Amaro Dentro. Secret Acid. The grey's coming to join them. WizKid is staying on as well. Up on the outside of them, another one challenging as well. Tangerine Trees up on the inside of Soul Power and Secret Acid. These three.
But in a race where there is no margin for error, the lesser-known Tangerine Trees proved to be the unlikely hero. Probit was probably a bit unlucky in the running of the race, as was Soul Power. But there was no time for regret, as the next race on the card was the Prix Marcel Boo Sack for 2-year-old fillies. A race where great fillies like Zarkava first heralded their arrival as future superstars.
At the 1600 metre start, and they begin their journey. Falls of Laura in the all blue of Godolphin is the final one to come away from the starting gates. It's an uphill run for the first part of this contest, and Elusive Kate in the white and green jacket is the first one to show in front. Leads to Fire Lily in second position. The purple jacket and yellow cap then of Yellow Rosebud is sitting in third place, with Zantenda taking a little hold. The blue and white colour, she was perhaps the freest of them on the way to the start, and she's running up on the outside, and now in last position as Falls of Laura has just gone past her as they race now downhill, coming on towards the false straight, and they begin the run towards the halfway stage. And it continues to be Elusive Kate in the white and green, William Buick who has the lead, to Wayne Lorden in second position on Fire Lily. On the right there, Pat Smullen, the yellow cap on board, Yellow Rosebud. Level now with Kieran Fallon in the Godolphin blue on Falls of Laura as they well past halfway. They're coming on towards the home turn. Zantenda is the back marker of 5. This odds-on French filly as they race down the straight. Elusive Kate begins the sprint for home now. Right on the right there is Fire Lily. Zantenda on the extreme left, gone right through against the rails as Elusive Kate is hanging around the centre of the track. She's in front though, to in second position Fire Lily. Zantenda is racing by herself against the rails, and she's back in third position, and she's not going to win. It's going to be another one in the Marcel Boo Sack for John Golston. His third win the race. Elusive Kate was the winner. Fire Lily in second. Zantenda in third position.
Elusive Kate proved to be a filly that's constantly improving, and the winter will prove to be all important for the daughter of elusive quality as she looks to a classic here.
Well, in one group race after another, and clearly many champions, if not in the making, those that have been. We'll take a short break right here on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. We'll come back and of course we'll catch up with our big one. It is the Prix du Cadran. Don't go anywhere.
Flying high, you and me, flying high, you and me.
Kingfisher Airlines, now connecting the US to India through Dubai, Hong Kong, Bangkok, London and Singapore.
Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Moving right along, we did promise you we will bring you the Group 1 Prix du Cadran. Let's go straight away back to Longchamp.
The card reached a higher note when the unbeaten son of Hattrick entered the parade ring for the Luc Lagardere over 7 furlongs. With Dettori on board Freddie Head's charge, not many were prepared for his devastating turn of foot.
1400 metres in front of them. They come out of the gates. Dabar Sim has missed the kick in the grey jacket. He's going to be held up at the back of the field as Solure is the first one to show. Goes on by 2 lengths. American Devil is running in second place. Venito, the striped jacket, black cap in third, as Solure is hanging off the rails in the early part of the contest as they race downhill. So fast against the rails. Blue and white jacket showing in fourth. In company with him is Fort Bastion. Matt Rowe was very free to post. He's pulling hard. The yellow jacket, red cap on the extreme right there at the rear of the field. He's with Dabar Sim at the back as the leader. Solure is 6 or 7 lengths clear. This is the home turn. It's a long run down the straight. They've well over 3 furlongs to go, but Solure is clear at the moment to American American Devil in second place. Venito is in third, Fort Bastion in fourth. Dabasim is still last. This odds-on chance as they race down now with less than 2 furlongs to go. The leader's beginning to tread water, Sellier, but he's still 5 clear. In second place is American Devil. Venito in third. So Fast is next. Dabasim is beginning a challenge. He's going to come against the rails. Sellier is still in front by 2 to 3 lengths now. Dabasim coming through against the rails to join him as they race up towards the line. Dabasim lost to first. He's won it. It's a bunch photo for second.
It's clear that Dabasim is a very special horse and will be a serious classic contender next year. The race before the Arc was the Prix de la Foret, and it would take a very special performance to beat the 14 Group 1 winning mare, Goldikova.
Post here, the longer run down the straight. Out they come off the stalls. The pacemaker's on the extreme left and not fast enough to get on with it. Worth Ad with the noseband just leads. Flash Dance coming through. Pacemaker was drawn against the rails, goes on. Goldikova between them. She's in third place early on. Then comes Dream ahead on the outside. The yellow jacket is Diva Dream. Surf Rider, the white and red, is next. The dark blue colours Bewitched, and the grey and the orange jacket is Marchandor at the rear of the field. So along the full straight they come. Flash Dance. Mikel Barcelona leads, goes on by a length and a half to Worth Ad in second place. Goldikova's in third. This is the home turn coming up, just over 3 furlongs to go. Dream ahead running in fourth, then Diva Dream, Surf Rider, Bewitched, and Marchandor on the extreme right. Down the straight then. Worth Ad is coming to take Flash Dance, who's moving off the rails to allow Goldikova to go through. Here she comes now. Goldikova's come through to join Worth Ad. Dream ahead's a length and a half behind him on the outside, but now closing down on Goldikova. Surf Rider closing behind them. It's going to be Goldikova and Dream ahead fighting it out now. They're racing down towards the last 200 metres. The white and blue is Goldikova. The pink jacket is Dream ahead, who looks to be narrowly in front. They hit the line very close between Dream ahead and Goldikova.
With the knot on the post proving to be critical in a race that broke 1 million hearts, the attention soon shifted to the big race of the day, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. So you think Sarafina and Galikova were all expected to be in the firing line, only to find that a champion German filly had shown up ready for the games.
And off they go. They get away to a fairly decent break. A huge roar from the crowd. Galikova, Silver Pond and Nakayama Festa are dropped at the back of the field. As early on, Treasure Beach with a white cap leads to Sharetta in second place. Testosterone is prominent from St Nicholas Abbey. Reliable Man in white and blue. And then Masked Marvel, a black jacket, yellow cap going through from Dane Dream. Behind this, Haruna de Moor. Sarafina is last, but 2 at the moment, and So You Think Snow Fairy are with her at the back of the field. Workforce is towards the inside as well as they race on now with just over a month. Masked Marvels on the outside of these. Haruna de Moor races against the rails. Meandra, the yellow jacket, on the right on the outside. The white and blue is Reliable Man. Nakayama Festa still towards the right-hand swing towards the home straight. And it's still Treasure Beach in front, top quality horse at big odds, leading now. Third and fourth, Haruna de Moor is next from Masked Marvel. Galikova, a bit of traffic problems on the inside. Dane Dream is next, Meandra goes well. Then comes Reliable Man and then Snow Fairy with Sarafina, the green and red colours towards the outside of this. Nakayama Festa and Workforce are next. So You Think is still towards the back of the field with Nakayama Festa. Silver Pond is the only one behind those. They're into the full straight and Treasure Beach just narrowly to stablemate St Nicholas Abbey. Sharetta with a noseband on the outside. These 3 in line, and now St Nicholas Abbey is coming through to join Treasure Beach and go past him. Testosterone in third. Haruna de Moor is in fourth place. Dane Dream behind this. Sarafina still towards the back of the field. They're into the home straight now, and it's St Nicholas Abbey leading to Sharetta in second position. Haruna de Moor behind this. Dane Dream is next. Meandra trying to pick up as they head down to the closing stages now, and here up on the outside is Dane Dream to throw down the challenge, and in the orange jacket Dane Dream has quickened up in tremendous style to go through now. Sharetta in second, St Nicholas Abbey, Snow Fairy coming from the back of the field. Andrea Stark is celebrating already. Dane Dream has won by many lengths. A fantastic performance. Dane Dream, the German filly, has come through to really win this race in tremendous style. There's many disappointing horses in this as they come across the line.
With this unlikely yet superb victory and with one of the longest margins in history, the curtain came down on the greatest day of horse racing in Europe.
Well, and a tremendous performance there from the German filly Daydream. Well, the pace, questionable whether Coolmore got it right or not. Well, ours is not to debate. We look forward to next year's Prix du Cadran, but we do have a big weekend of racing ahead of us in Pune. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. Don't go anywhere.
Flying high, you and me. Flying high, you and me.
Kingfisher Airlines, now connecting the US to India through Dubai, Hong Kong, Bangkok, London and Singapore.
Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. As we did mention, this weekend in Pune is the big one. It is the Nano Least Stud Pune Derby, and well, here's what the race has in store for us.
Less than an hour away from Pune is the Nano Least Stud. Set up by Khushudhanji Boy, his vision extended to breeding top quality racehorses, which he would race with, and as a sponsor, find a way to give back to the industry. Mahindra Malia on a racy Sunday afternoon caught up with a man who many believe not just to be a top breeder, but at many levels, a horseman.
The Nano Least Stud Farm has been making rapid progress. For the last few years, you have really soared to greater heights. What do you attribute this success to?
Attention to detail, and I think Nano Least is changing track again. I mean, at one stage we had, at the beginning of this year, we had gone up to something like about 108 mares. Today we have only about 45 on the farm, and we are hoping to bring that down to 35. Of course, we'll have some imports, but a few, much fewer than last year, 5 or 6. So, on an average, I think Nano Least will become a much smaller farm in terms of output. We will be sort of having about 120 horses with about 35 foals and yearlings, which we want to bring up. The idea is really to make it much more exclusive, in a sense that we really want to breed very selective horses. And I feel that if we have 35 good horses with good mares, I think our broodmare band has now really reached a good level. And we've got quite a few classic winners in there and their daughters and so on and so forth. So we have a nice broodmare band, and we got a good selection of stallions in the Pune area. We always have been not a stallion farm, we have always been a mare farm, and we take the best stallion that's available and mate them that way.
We have lots of players from overseas who have come down, Goffs, you have Britain, Bloodstock, who have come into the Indian markets. How does it affect Nano Least in any way, if it does?
I don't think it does affect any of the top farms. I think basically, yes, the quality of stallions which will be coming in is much better, and therefore the competition gets better. But don't forget that when a mare travels from Ireland to India, that got abroad has got to, the mare first of all has to acclimatize, the got abroad has to acclimatize, and that's why the success rate with the first foals generally is not that great. But I think the stallion power that is coming into India now is much better. I mean, we've got Derby winners, sons and daughters now here, and things like that. So it's going to be tough, but you've got to learn to improvise and improve.
Everyone wants to know about Jacqueline's progress. How is she? Where is she? What's been the condition with her?
Jacqueline was weaned from a foal last week. I'm hoping that we'll get a nice videotape on the weekend after the Derby, because that's when Goffs are coming down. And hopefully we'll play it then and show you what the foal looks like and how she looks.
How keen are you, taking personal interest in Jacqueline's progress? Have you been and visiting her?
Unfortunately, I have not been able to travel. I have had so many business commitments here that I really haven't been able to travel. But I'm going in November, that's for sure. I can't wait anymore. But I'm going to go and see her. I haven't been to see her, unfortunately, since she's gone.
Any future champions you see coming out of Nano Least for this crop?
I think Picasso is at the moment the best, but we've got Shahenshah, which is the horse which won very well in Bombay in his start, but he's chipped an ankle. He's on his road to recovery. He should be back at the course in the next week or so, and I think he's a kind of horse, but I think probably more like a miler than going the Derby trip. But he seems to be a classic horse.
The Nano Least sponsorship with your stud farm for the Pune Derby has been a hugely successful one. Your personal horses coming out and winning this race. It's quite a gap now since you won the last Nano Least Derby. What have you got now this year?
Well, Picasso runs. I think he runs with a very good chance. Unfortunately, I think the ground in Hyderabad didn't suit him. Plus, there was a whole 3 weeks of rain. We couldn't train him really well. But I saw his gallop last week. I didn't see it this week. But he even galloped better than last week. That's what the trainer tells me. But I thought his gallop was outstanding. I think on that gallop, he should be hard to toss if the ground remains good.
On hindsight, do you think it was not a good idea to send him to Hyderabad?
Yes, definitely, because I don't think the ground suited him at all. That shifty, sandy track which is there in the monsoon track didn't suit him. And plus, I think that he was not trained to a pitch where he should have competed in a classic, simply because it rained 3 weeks in Pune and the trainer just didn't want to take a chance with him. He's a big horse, 500 kilo horse galloping on this track is very dangerous. So we'd rather wait for Bombay than, try and achieve anything here.
How optimistic are you of his chances in this year's edition of the Nano Least Pune Derby?
I think I'm pretty optimistic. There are only two doubts. One is it shouldn't rain because it doesn't like the ground soft. And secondly, there is a slight doubt about Black Cash and his staying ability. Though the dam herself won the Mysore Derby, she was fourth in the Oaks, and she was well run in the Derby also in Bombay. So she definitely stays a mile and a half. The brother stayed a mile and a half without any problem. So, and he's a pretty cool horse. He turns off, but there's always a little stamina doubt with Black Cash.
And the trio, Shirke, Danji Boys and Mr. Desai, that's been a very formidable combination now. What do you foresee of this partnership?
Oh, we've got some 12 or 14 horse 2-year-olds this year in partnership. Some very nice ones. Of course, we have also bought some on our own. So I think between all of us, we probably have about 35-40 horses, 2-year-olds this year racing. So it's going to be a very exciting Bombay season.
At what time, Mr. Shirken, you were competitors where your horses used to run together and you were sitting together and watching races together. What's the feeling like in the box when your horses are fighting it out, yours and Mr. Shirke's?
Oh, we are terrible enemies at that moment. But after the race, we are good pals.
Well, and you will be able to see the entire coverage of the Nano Least Pune Derby right here on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. But till then, thanks for joining me. I'm Mohit Lalwani, and as always, may the horse be with you.
Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hirco Industries.